I'm David Caton, born in California, but have lived in Texas most of my life. Primarily, I paint landscapes, but I've certainly painted a lot of still lifes and architectural subjects. I have been very fortunate to have had a long career. As a matter of fact, last year was my 50th year of tax return as self-employed artist, and so I've been very fortunate. I grew up in Houston. I moved out to the Hill Country 25 years ago. Live in a little town with an unfortunate name of Utopia, kind of pretentious, but I love it out there. So I'm midpoint between Garner State Park and Los Maples. I'm 15 miles from Garner, and I do a lot of work there. I love the clear waters of the Frio and the Sabinal. I have a house up on a ridge that overlooks the Sabinal Valley, and it's just beautiful, beautiful place to live. I'm also closer to Big Bend. When I lived in Houston, it was, I don't know, 8 hours. I'm about 5 hours from the park. Well, Mary Baxter, I heard her say a few minutes ago that she doesn't, but we have painted together before this project. We've painted in Big Bend, and Noe's a very good friend, as is Jeri, and we've all painted together before this project. Mary kind of started it. She pulled us in. I said, well, I don't know, and because it's a long distance in the Guadalupe Mountains, and that's even for me, that's quite a long distance. I decided to try and drove out there. And Mike, the son of the man who bought the ranch, Mike Forrest, took me around for about 4 hours. I was there before everyone else, and I just fell in love with this ranch. As a matter of fact, I think it's one of the best places I've ever painted. I've painted a lot out west, but this is one of the best places I've painted, this ranch, because it's got big limestone cliffs, very much like Santa Elena Canyon in Big Bend, but a lot of water, a huge amount of water. So it's kind of like combination of Garner and Big Bend, and it's just it's breathtaking, and just one, and they've been so kind to us. I think I've been there 3 times now, and that's how it started. And then Andy Sampson, I think, and Sarah Foltz conceived of doing 4 ranches, and this project, it's been going on for more than 2 years. I think the first time we went to X-Bar, it was close to 3. I love painting alongside other painters outside. It's fun to see how we break down a problem and our strategies for making a painting. Interesting to, focus on what exact composition, but to paint with painters who are maybe better than I am, and it's just great fun. And so I learned something. Mary and I paint alongside each other a lot. On these 4 ranches, I think most of the time, Mary and I, we would take one of the little buggies and go off, and we'd find a place to paint. And Noe and Jeri would do the same. But sometimes all 4 of us are together. Sometimes we kind of split up a little bit. I think we like different subjects. Obviously, I like water. Jeri and Noe are great with these, big vistas and fields, trees, that kind of thing. I find that challenging, and I do enjoy painting those subjects. But I love to find a subject with rocks and water. Moving out to Utopia 25 years ago, one of the reasons why I moved there is because of these hill country rivers. They're crystal clear water. And I had always painted water, but I went to the McNay in San Antonio, the museum, and they had paintings from the Brooklyn Museum of Art. And one of them was a John Singer Sargent of a little brook, beautiful little painting. It's probably about 24, 30-inch painting. This was just a little brook, no horizon, no sky. And I loved the way it was painted. It was very loose, fantastic painting. And I came back to my house and I'd been trying to find something in landscape or a way of painting that would, where I could loosen up a bit and have a subject that was a good metaphor for the way I wanted to handle the paint. And water is fantastic. You've got what's under the water. You have reflections under the water off rocks, especially in crystal clear water. You've got reflections on top of the water. You can kind of make up anything, do anything. And I spent a few years and just painted a lot of water and looking into the water, under the water, and that's how it's been kind of a goal of mine to just try to learn to paint water. And people ask me, well, what color is water? I said, it's dependent on what's reflecting, what's under it, what's the time of day, the light. So it's just myriad colors of from different sources. And anyway, that's how I got into painting water. Yeah. Had it not been for Mary and getting involved in this, there are places that we've painted that I just wouldn't even known about it. And I've made other friends, the ranch owners. They've all become friends, and we stay in touch. And this show that we had last night and the night before, some people drove long distances. This family the X-Bar Ranch, I know for me to get from Utopia, this is the Guadalupe Mountains, it takes me at least 7 hours to get there. Now, add another 4 hours to get to Houston, I would think. That's a long distance, but they came. And the owners of the Caldwell Ranch came the night before. And, that's Davis Mountains. That's a long distance. So yeah, it was great to see these people and that they made that kind of an effort. But it's great to be around people. And, for a few days, to have that friendship and, have drinks at night. And, it's wonderful. And it doesn't have a whole lot to do with sharing artistic ideas, but just friendship. And it means a lot to me. And I'm really privileged to have these four people as among my best friends. And we like each other. And we get along really well. So I would say that's the takeaway for me from this sort of experience of painting with other people. The camaraderie, just the friends. I've painted all my life, and most of the time by myself. When you're in school, and getting to know the ranch owners, and it's been a lot of fun. I was probably the most reluctant of the group to do it, but I'm glad I did, and I think this is going to expand to future ranches, and I will certainly be part of it.